breathe out, I take in, I give out, I let love, I let go, I release, and I know I forgive, I receive, I can feel, I believe, I am healed, I am whole, I release, I know. No need to push, no need to try, no need to worry or question why. Surrender, let go, release, and know.
Thousands of years ago, the Buddha taught you are what you think.
I am love. I am peace.
I am joy.
I am silly.
I am powerful.
So a modern philosopher coined the phrase that you are what you eat.
I am organic vanilla ice cream.
I'm chia seeds.
I'm a good, strong cup of coffee in the morning.
I am mac and cheese.
Today, like millions of my human sisters and brothers on planet Earth,
I'm becoming mindful about what I eat, what I think.
but lately I've been thinking about this.
I watch what I eat, but do I watch what I watch?
What about what I feed my mind, my heart, and my soul?
At Conscious Good, we believe you are what you watch.
You are what you watch.
Anytime you watch something that causes your soul to hurt, there's an impact.
So what's the answer?
At Conscious Good,
We think it's about feeding our minds the same way that we feed our bodies.
with nourishing choices.
After all, if media can have a negative influence on behavior, it can also have a positive one.
It's been proven that if we watch TV shows and videos about people helping others,
Cooperating and being generous.
It can actually influence us to be more altruistic and kind to one another.
Talk about paying it forward.
So next time you sit down to watch your comfort movie,
consider how you will feel afterwards. Will you be happy and energized?
That's because maybe, just maybe,
What you watch.
Read
And listen to.
matters.
I am what I watch, so I watch what I watch.
I am nourished.
I am inspired.
I am enlightened.
I am a celebration.
I am conscious.
I am conscious.
I am conscious.
I am good.
I am good.
I am good.
We
We.
We
We are.
are.
We are.
We are conscious good.
Welcome to the Brahma Kumaris, where a new world is opened up for you. From humble beginnings in India in 1936 to a global organization with over 8,000 centers in 110 countries and 1 million students worldwide. Through their tireless commitment, passionate heart, and determined spirit, the Brahma Kumaris arrived in America in 1974 and have since grown to 35 main centers throughout America. There are also 2 residential retreat centers, Peace Village, located in upstate New York, and Anabuti, located in Novato, California.
I want to just share a little bit about how the centers of Raj Yoga meditation began in United States. Actually, I was in Caribbean islands and I got invitation from New York that we want to start something about meditation. And it was in 1978 I came here and we rented a very small apartment in Astoria. And from there I found that a lot of people have interest. I realized that there is so much need, and from there onwards then centers started in many other states.
Our centers are safe spaces where you can explore the power of your inner world.
The classes are conducted in many, many homes, many cities all over across the United States. A lot of people, they learn meditation, they use it, that meditation at their workplace, in their family, and also I find that children, young adults, because they are so much into like what really is the life about.
The Brahma Kumaris are dedicated to personal and global transformation through the study and spiritual practice of Raj Yoga meditation. And at the heart of our teaching is the belief that the pathway to peace and happiness is to remember our original nature as spiritual beings connected to the one source. In 1981, the organization received recognition as an international non-governmental organization affiliated with the United Nations and accredited with general consultative status with the Economic and Social Council. From organizing large-scale global initiatives to local community programs, the Brahma Kumaris has a tradition of service in every field that fosters spiritual growth among individuals from all backgrounds, cultures, and walks of life.
I hold on to this vision, the world of love, world of peace and harmony, world which is free from conflict and sorrow, where we can live as brothers, one family, children of common parents, one supreme divine power.
This is your invitation to awaken and join us in creating a world of love, peace, and kindness. Om Shanti.
It's Karen Drucker coming to you from San Francisco, California, and I am here to say that I love watching The Next Normal with Sister Jenna. I get transformed, I am inspired, it's deep, it's wise, it's wonderful, just like her. I hope you're watching it too.
Shanti, everyone. Welcome to Your Next Normal, especially now on America Meditating YouTube. And we're very glad for the collaboration and the partnership as we merge the two of our entities to be in service for the greater good. I'm your host, Sister Jenna. If you're joining us for the first time, where you been? What's up? Has the pandemic had you just going all over the place? Because we've been having some incredible conversations. If you've been following any of my work on online, conversations about the deeper workings of your inner being, conversations on relationships, even conversations on your finance. One of my favorite shows this year was our interview with Ken Honda, who is a financial expert, and he proposes happy money. And the whole conversation with Ken is that in order for you to attract a lot of abundance, you have to be earning money in a happy way. And even when money is leaving your hand, you have to be happy with the money leaving your hand. Can you believe that? I love that conversation. And he has been now all over the place doing work and creating his message, sending his message about the importance of how to earn money and how to spend money. So look out for that conversation. Just Google Sister Jenna and Ken Honda. Maybe another one of my favorite ones, of course, is with my beloved Carolyn Mays, who has just released a new book called Intimate Conversations with the Divine. And we had a guest surprise, Kristen Hoffman, who just she created this song out of less than 24 hours in honor of Caroline and her new book as a gift from the American Meditating Radio and the Brahma Kumaris to Caroline. And that was a very special show. Caroline is such a spitfire, you know. She tells you like it is. One of the things that I remember that came out of my conversation with Caroline was a question that I asked her. Why is it that people tend to learn so much based on trauma? They learn quicker based on trauma versus love. Everybody, her answer had floored me. I was speaking to my sweet sister who tunes in regularly, Alika from Epics Arts. We really had a great time today. But the answer that Caroline gave today, gave in the interview was, people don't want to relinquish power. They don't want to share power. And one of the reasons why the world is in such a traumatic state is that if people relinquish their powers to other people, then it's shared. Then people aren't living from their hierarchical form or delusional form of power. And I just said, what a unique way. And that was one thing that really went deep into me, because I can relate to that, how some people just won't speak something good about you, because if they do, they might lose power and give you their power. I find that amazing. You go into corporations and in workplaces where certain people, you know, are in positions of power, and a new kid on the block comes and starts to just take over the whole job scene or the whole office, and everyone just loves that one. That boss will never sing the praise of that one. I was having a nice chit chat with WNBA Hall of Famer Valerie Still today. And we were also talking about the same thing, about how important it is for us to support each other and support one another. But also we had a nice conversation about how sometimes you can sense the tension in an organization, or the tension in a family, or tension in a relationship, whatever it might be, based on just that vibration. There are no words being spoken, but you can sense it. And I was giving her the example. It feels like, you know, because she's in the sporting field, so she knows all about this way of how to deal with players. And I was telling her, yeah, Val, you know, when you're in a large nucleus of people, or you're in a company, you can sense when other people in the company don't want to support you. It's kind of like you're right under the basket. You're right under the net of the basketball court, and you're like, I'm free, I'm open, throw me the ball, and nobody in the team wants to throw you the ball, to put the ball in. You know, it's like, hey, something is wrong. And even though they have the ball and they're trying to throw the ball in, it ain't going in the hole. And so it's interesting how sometimes people won't hand over the ball or the baton to somebody who's capable, because they're afraid that the person has so much charisma or so much attraction power that they will lose whatever little power they have. Anyway, I can go on and on and on about how fulfilling and full the year has been. I don't know what even Santoshi's favorite show was this year, or anyone, but I would love to hear what might have been some of your favorite shows this year. What stood out for you? I think there are just so many. And really, please put it in the comments list if you're watching today. Let us know what was one of your... Which one? The one on optimism you liked? Yeah, so that was a nice one. I especially like the shows when Santosh and I were upstairs with Spiritual Vaccine, and we would have to monitor Sister Gita running across the screen or in front of the camera, and we just couldn't manage her at the time, and it was so stressful. But anyway, it was the real deal. And I want to give a big shout out to Alika and thanking her for her expert advice and her experience in sharing things that, you know, were really important for me to hear in terms of the work that we're offering, and just for her trust as well to reach out to me and to us, and for us to be a shared partnership in the spiritual and the physical. So thanks to Alika for that. So for all of you who've been with us for the year, it's been going on over 9 months. We're about to give twins. We're about to have twins, triplets, quadruplets, sextuplets. I mean, come on already. And now that I'm speaking to experts and people from around the world, there is like the possibility that this ain't holding up until like June. This is going to be going until June. I don't even know how we're going to come out of this cocoon. One thing I had learned from Santosh, she was reminding me that when astronauts come back from outer space, they usually need a period of time to get repositioned. You know, what they call it again? When they come back from space, it's like a rehabilitation to get used to walking on the earth. Can you believe it? Just get used to eating proper food. And I don't know. I just hope that when everything opens up, it's going to be a golden age society, and people will be more kind, more thoughtful, more generous, more sharing, you know, with their resources, and just let go of all of this hate and division and violence that's been going on for too long. You know, we've got prophets, sayers, saints, psychics, mediums, astrologers, people in power, people without power, and still violence hasn't stopped. And it goes to show that the real work here, everyone, is the work inside of yourself. This is no more about who's got so much power that's going to help you. This isn't even about who is the president or the prime minister of your country. This isn't about how much money you've got in your bank account, even though that is a good thing, if it's got some zeros at the end of those digits. 6, for example, 9, for example. But even though the richest of people in the world exist, still poverty exists, sex trafficking exists, child trafficking exists. I mean, there's a lot of darkness still in the world. Why? Because of the vices in the spirit, because of algae. And I started the show on March 16th talking about algae, and still, 9 months later, algae still exists. There's still algae in the consciousness of human beings. And I'll have to tell you, it's woven its way so much into our personality that even if you decide to give up all your algae, it's an acronym that I use regularly: A for anger, L for lust, G for greed, A for attachment, E for ego. Even if you give up your algae, you'll start to have withdrawal symptoms. Can you imagine? You give up the vices and you start to have withdrawal symptoms like, oh my God, I don't know what to do with myself. I just don't feel peaceful anymore because you gave up your enemy. Yeah, I just kind of got used to my enemy. I was like my buddy, you know. We did a lot of things together. We created wars. We killed a whole bunch of people. We lied. We cheated. We abused. We violated. We were just really two peas in a pod. And now what do I do with myself? Can you imagine the vices? What do I do with myself now that Algae is gone. Isn't that amazing, everyone? The cause of every form of suffering that you and I witness in the world, including our own suffering, is because of consciousness. Because of your state of mind. Because of vice. Because of algae. And if that consciousness has become so interwoven into your personality, how are you using your time and your energy? Because won't that consciousness initiate in you how you spend your time and how you use the soul as an energy? Based on your consciousness will determine your choices. Your choices are connected to time and energy. In a very unique way, one of the greatest powers that you and I possess is the power to choose. And yet, the irony or the oxymoron of it all is that it's all preordained. The reality is that you and I don't know what is preordained. I'll tell you why I can give you proof in that. If you're watching this show, I'm sure you have an element of belief in astrology, numerology. Tarot cards I've never done. I don't know why I get a little bit of the Ouija's with tarot cards, and I don't know why. But some of you maybe have read your tarot readings. Maybe you've even read your palm. I was in China a few years ago, and we were eating something, and the woman across the table literally started to read our stories just by us taking the food and putting it in our mouth. She goes, "Oh, you almost died at this age. This happened." And we were like, what are you saying? She literally could look into your palms and tell you your destiny. And I'm such a skeptic. Let me tell you, I don't even know how I became a Brahma Kumaris, because you just can't convince me really easily about much of anything unless I see that it makes sense and it's practical. And when I tell you that those things I've not really given much thought or energy to, I was like saying, there is no way that woman could actually read our palms. And sure enough, one of the brothers that was with us, as he was eating, and she told him, "You almost died at 24, like a drowning?" And he says, "I never told anybody that I almost drowned." "How did you know that?" That's when I dropped my chopsticks and went, "Okay, you got to tell me what you know." Because that was huge. That was huge. And she also told me certain things, and I was like, in the palm of my hands, you could tell me what is going to happen to me or for me? Our time and energy. Can you imagine? Time and energy in the palm of your hand. So, if you believe in astrology and these things, you hear how they can tell you, well, this is going to happen in your future, that's going to happen over here, that's going to happen. And you take it to some extent. There are two psychic twins. I don't know if you've ever heard of the Jameson psychic twins. They're on my Twitter account, and I communicate with them in terms of, they were on my America Meditating Radio. Love these two sisters. They're twins. They're just incredible, I have to tell you. They're so funny. But they have actually predicted many of the events that have taken place. I mean, from murders to tsunamis to 9/11s, they even felt and saw the 9/11 happening and called the government, but nobody had listened. So there is something that is preordained, and this is why we can't stop things from occurring. However, we have the power to choose how we use our time and energy when certain events and circumstances occur in our lives. We can waste a lot of time on something that has happened to us that was very painful, and we could spend 5 years, 10 years, to this day, I can still remember bruises of past emotional memories. I don't want to, but they do come up. Lately, I've been having this incredible experience of just traveling somewhere in time, and it's emerging all of these emotions and feelings inside of me. And I've been talking to Baba, who we call here God. I've been saying to Baba, why is it that the destiny needs me to see this? And the answer that I get, it's a healing. It is a coming home to. It is a returning to. I'm sharing with you all of these stories because today's conversation is about the way you're using your time. And I want to read you the outline of today's talk because I think it's really important as I read it from Antonia. Time and energy both are so precious and yet so easy to waste. Underline that. Time and energy are so precious and yet it is so easy for us to waste. How much time and energy have you wasted already today? I've been on calls from this morning, one after another. Meetings, programs, catching up. And the irony is, everyone I spoke to today, I said, oh, it's been a light day for me today. And it's so interesting, like I said, it's a light day, which means I can actually call people now and catch up on calls that have been long overdue. But yet, I did connect the dots. And there were moments that I kind of felt like, okay, I'm a little hungry. I know Sister Geeta's brother, who cooks, made this wonderful dish of poha. And, you know, I wanted to indulge in it. It's just that my physical system is feeling a little unusual. So I said, let me make some vegetables, and I cooked up something really fast. So I did that. I came back. I started my conversations. I met with folks. And then I took like a half an hour to 40-minute nap. So how much did I waste my day today? There were commercial breaks. And these commercial breaks were based on some waste thoughts or looking at something like, oh, I shouldn't hear that, I shouldn't think like that, you know. So you have to check these things out. To me, you're wasting the day is connected to waste thoughts. So time and energy connected to wasting your thinking. Thoughts that are not connected to your higher purpose is a waste of energy. Thoughts that are not connected to your dreams and goals, it's a waste of energy. Thoughts that are connected to people, criticizing, judging, hating, jealous, competing, wanting what they have, waste of energy. Thoughts that are connected to feeling down about yourself, not able to overcome your past. Thoughts based on expecting people to be something for you. There's a big difference between you having a thought that is the expectation of how you want someone to be for you versus having a thought that is the expectation of the betterment of that person. You will get two different responses. Waste of energy when you're having a thought to expect something from someone to please you versus having a thought with the expectation of the betterment of that soul and their journey for their lives. It's not. Okay? So many ways of looking at. So how did you use the day today? One reason why these two are so easy to waste is that we don't see their true value. Time and energy. We don't see the true value of our spiritual energy. We will waste our spiritual energy so fast because we haven't yet recognized the power of the spiritual capacity or the power of the soul. We haven't recognized. I'll tell you how important your soul conscious energy is. You ever been out somewhere with your laptop or your phone and you've got 1% battery left? What do? You usually either remove or close all of your apps because they're pulling energy from you, right? Or you reduce the light on the phone because that's pulling energy as well from the phone. Why? Because just in case you might need that phone for some sort of emergency, or you need to get to the next destination. Because you understand the value of that 1% of battery energy left, you are very, very conservative and very, very mindful as to how much energy pulls from your phone at that time. If you've ever gotten in that situation, I know I've been in that situation quite a lot. In the same way with the soul, if you don't recognize that the soul is really at that point where so much of the soul's journey has been used up, the energy of the soul has been used up, and all of those stories of the past, past births, past karmas, past unfulfilled desires, even desires for the future, which are still connected to past, imagine those to be open apps, and they're pulling energy from the soul. So as a result of being at a low vibrational frequency, guess what? You spend your time and you use your energy in a low vibrational frequency. And you know what happens, everybody? Is that when you do this over and over again, you do it for a day, you get away with it, you do it for a week, you do it for a month, you do it for 6 months, you get used to it, you do it for a year. Guess what? You start to believe that's just your energy. You just get used to it. And it's not until you start to see somebody who's moving and shaking and making things happen, do you feel like you need to get a little bit of energy under your belt. When you're around a whole bunch of people who are lazy, who don't have any inspiration, who have no dreams, no goals, you feel comfortable. I've given this example and I crack myself up even when I do talk about it because I think it's funny. Put a donkey in the Kentucky Derby. This is what I'm saying. It's hard for the donkey to stay up with the stallions. I get that. But put a stallion in the midst of a whole bunch of donkeys. That donkey would look at that stallion and go, "You think you're good, don't you?" You know, that the donkey would just try to beat that poor little stallion up, and that poor stallion hanging around all those donkeys would be like, "How in the world did I get here? Can somebody please rescue me?" How does that poor stallion save themselves? How do they use their time and energy when they're meant to win the Kentucky Derby? And they wake up and they're with a whole bunch of donkeys. Anyway, that's a whole different class. I'm going off track right now. But I want you to think about that it is important that you recognize your greatest source of power in energy is you, the soul. And until you recognize how powerful your soul is, and recognize the time that you have on you, the time that is with you, and that this is the time that you can do the greatest thinking. This is the time that you can investigate your universe behind your eyes. This is the time that you can travel into the portal of your soul and feel the countless emotions and experiences that you're carrying, and determine for yourself if you need to let that go or turn that up. I spoke to a friend today in California, and he said he woke up in the early morning meditation today, and he's reading a book called the 12 Days of Slavery or something. I forgot the title. I remembered it. It's in Oprah's book club. I can't remember exactly the title. Forgive me. But he said after he read the book, he had a meditation, and he's in a Caucasian body. And he said, "Sister Jenna, for the first time I was realizing I think I was a slave." He says, "I think somehow my soul has lived that through. And even as I look at my own soul now, my soul feels so tired." And he was pointing that out because he said that as he went back in time by investigating his emotions and how that book triggered his memory. And he said, what slaves endured in the United States of America, and how much energy was taken from slaves to build the country, to build plantations, to take care of people's children and their homes, that he says, I don't know how they endure it. But the fact that I believe in the soul and I believe in birth and rebirth, those souls must be really tired because so much was taken from them. And I just thought that was such a powerful, powerful sharing. And he's in a Caucasian body. So he was looking at the energy of the soul and how sometimes when he's sitting in nature, he just wants to fall asleep because when he goes to nature, he feels the exhaustion of his spirit. And he says, I just need to rest. And I was sharing with him, I get that. And the rest that every soul needs isn't a physical rest. And it isn't rest of nature, but it's to rest in God's love, in the vibration of Baba's energy. The soul has to now somehow begin to raise the anchor or the pattern or the habitual ways of thinking about people, places, things, and connect to the supreme power and really start to do the pulling in of that energy. It's like the phone getting plugged in and getting recharged. Santosh has given me like some chargers, and I have some chargers. And there's one charger, whenever I plug the phone into it, it takes, I don't know, so long for the phone to get charged even 10%, right? We might be in the car and I asked Santosh, why does that charger take so long? And he says, it's that little box that you plug into the car that doesn't pull the energy enough to send the power through the cord to charge the phone. And I was like, wow. So then I found another charger, another box and the stuff, and I put it into the plug. And I plugged in the phone, and guess what? It charged faster. It's the same thing. They both look the same. But one was somehow designed in a way that it would charge your phone faster. So imagine when we are moving around in life and we think we're okay. We think we're okay, but we're really not. And that's why we have to start to investigate the world behind our eyes. And I'm going to finish reading this because I think it's really important. So one reason why these two are so easy to waste, time and energy, is that we don't see their true value. Yet how we spend our time and energy throughout the day determines our mood by the end of the day. Investing in our time and energy isn't about doing more. It is about using our time and energy in a worthwhile way. Can everyone underline this, please? Using your time in a worthwhile way. What is the definition of worthwhile way? It's not only worth your greatest resource of energy, but everything and everyone benefits. It's also connecting to the evolving or the evolution of your value. You are supposed to be evolving in value as a spirit, as an energy. Your worthwhile way of using your time and energy keeps you so spot on and targeted on the things that matter the most. Things that are really, really important. You will connect the dots. Pretty straightforward. So You would use your time in a worthwhile way. It's about being active. It's about being an active leader, taking control of how you spend your time and energy. So, I've blabbed on a lot. And I think it might be a good time for us to really just go into a meditation together. And if you're enjoying the conversation today, please give us a thumbs up and let me know if I'm on the right track, or if anything has been said that has really helped you to understand you and your value more. I know we're talking a lot, and I know we say a lot. And some of us have the tendency of waiting to bump into someone who has stronger energy than we do, or who we hear has the interpretation as the most powerful one, to feel that when we go into their presence, I become a better person. Don't wait on that person. You are the one that you're waiting for. And if you think that you have to wait on someone to tell you how to be a better version of yourself, you will wait in vain. You should be hearing your own thoughts in your silent moments when you're walking from one room to another, signaling to you, don't think like that. Don't see that. Don't go here. And when you're able to catch your energy in that way, it is a sure sign that you are somebody who gives a lot of value to your own life. So let's take a little meditation and a little breather for the moment. And I'll see you back in just a few minutes.
At this moment in time is peace. How many times do people say, I want peace of mind? Because without peace there can't be stability, there can't be focus, everything appears chaotic. And very easily when there's no peace, then negativity becomes stronger. Let us look at peace. Let us find peace. And of course, we cannot really find peace outside. Stable peace, which renews me again and again, is inside. And I need to find this peace daily. It cannot be a peace that I find just through a walk in the forest or a walk along the seaside. That is very beautiful and very refreshing. But most of us live in cities. We have busy lives. We don't have time to go to the sea, to be in the forest for many hours. So let me find this oasis of peace inside myself. Peace means harmony. Peace means balance. Peace means a quiet mind. A mind that is under my control. A mind that can be still. A mind that is not like a horse or a monkey that runs here and there whenever it wants. My mind should not have a mind of its own. In silence, with attention, I gradually become the master of my own mind. And the mastery of my mind is to keep it quiet whenever I wish. And in that quietness, I can recharge it. I can give it strength. And when my mind is fresh, when my mind is positive, then my life becomes peaceful. Peace is tranquility. Tranquility is the atmosphere I create around myself. And in that atmosphere of tranquility, others also get refreshment. They also feel themselves released from anxiety, irritation, fears. They are able to relax when they are near me. Peace is serenity. Serenity is a state of being. Serenity is like a combination of being complete within and being content. Complete means I am satisfied with who I am and what I have. And I'm not running after things all the time. I'm also allowing things to come to me. Content. When I am content, I have let go of the wrong desires which make me rush here and there. And in that rushing, not only do I lose my peace, but also my balance. Just let me remain in this thought. I am a serene being. Let me feel that contentment and feeling of fullness. When I am serene, I am truly at one with myself. Serenity is the highest point of peace, the most powerful expression of peace. Peace is calmness. Calmness is when there is no disturbance in my thoughts and in my feelings. When I am calm, I truly have become the master of a situation. I keep myself free from allowing negative influences to dominate me. When I am calm, I am aware and I am alert to keeping the quality of peace as a sacred point of reference within myself. I will not allow it to be hidden or to be forgotten. If I have found peace, I have found the greatest treasure. To keep this peace, let me not become too critical of others. Let me not overreact to them. Let there be a quiet acceptance, a humble tolerance, which keeps good feelings and positive vision, even towards those who seem to like creating chaos and negativity. To be in peace will make me generous towards others. To be in peace means I save, I economize on the energy of my thoughts and my feelings. But at the same time, I'm able to donate. I'm able to donate this peace wherever and to whomever it is necessary. Peace is a quality of my being. Peace is my strength. I am a being of peace.
Om Shanti. How many of you felt when you were meditating on that video and looking at that cozy, cold, snow-filled image that you really felt like you just needed your blanket to curl under and maybe a nice hot cup of chocolate or a cup of coffee? I was dreaming of coffee when I was looking at that meditation. Oh, it was so wonderful. Anyway, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the session today. It's, you know, from my experience in this incarnation and being an instrument for the divine, many of us have we were like broken records in certain things that we speak a lot about. And a lot of folks who have known me over the years, they know one of the biggest things that I focus a lot on is not to waste our time and energy. And I believe that. I believe that if you can't do a lot, then mentally you should have a high mental dimension. If your mental capacity and your thinking capacity is wasting, I just can't handle it. And I'm sure it's connected to a previous incarnation of some sort, but it's almost like you're putting a dagger in my heart. Like, why would you throw away the life like this? I was sent a video today. The founder of the Brahma Kumaris, his name is Brahma Baba, and his son's name is Narayan Dada, and his son Manoj passed away on Christmas Day. And today they sent me a video image of his funeral ceremony. Usually in Indian culture, they bring the body in the home, and so all the family members gather together to do the final rites and all the blessings and pray over the body and so on. So I was looking at the video and I saw folks sitting there, and I looked at his face and he looked so calm and so at peace with himself. And just looking at that video just made me start to think, am I using my time in a good way? Because now, whatever that soul has done in that body, whatever charity the soul has performed, however amount of love and peace and happiness and purity that soul had given in that birth, he was only 55 or something, that soul has left with the sum total of that. And it also includes the sorrows he has given. Maybe he didn't do a lot. Maybe he wasted time. I'm not saying that he did. I'm just saying what he didn't give also is traveling with him in his next journey. And I found myself thinking of that today. As I lay down to take my afternoon nap, I was talking to Baba. And I said, if I left my body right now, will my soul feel at rest? Did I do enough? Was I enough? And I mean in the state of enough, my state of being. I don't mean physically how much I've done. I was talking to Alika today. I'm not worried about physical accolades and how much I can do. Anybody who has ever worked around me is aware there's just about nothing that you give me that I will think I can't do unless I just don't want to. Me and Naveen were laughing today, or I think it was Valerie, that I just didn't know about basketball, and we took that basket. It was me and you, right? And we were talking about the basketball, and we took that basket and put that back because I just thought about, I've seen basketball 100 times. I love Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan. Why not channel that? In other words, if you want to channel being a bright light for the world, remember the people in the world who are bright lights. If you want to channel being a wise wisdom keeper of the planet, remember the wise ones. Use your time and energy there. If you want to travel some creative, amazing inventions, turn to the ones who do that. Let that be the case. For us in Raj Yoga meditation, it is only one Baba. Once you allow the soul to remember where you come from, who you belong to, and you remember the supreme energy, and you allow that energy to work through you, there is absolutely nothing you can't do. And your time and energy will naturally want to support the experience that you're attaining through your connection to Source. Example. A very, very rich man walks into the room, to say, a billionaire. He's not going to walk into the room as if he's a pauper. Like, could you give me some money, please? I need some food to eat. He's going to walk into that room knowing that he has a lot of wealth and abundance. And he's going to be led in environments where he supports his abundance and his wealth and his dealings. He's not going to hang out with paupers. He's not going to hang out with people who constantly are begging and asking and are doing nothing. He wants to be with people who are thriving and creating and making things happen because he knows how to use his time and energy. Santosh was telling me that Jeff Bezos, and please don't send me any negative comments about him, but the owner of Amazon, that he wakes up 4 o'clock in the morning every day to get prepared for his day. That means for him, things are important. And when you're getting up that early in the morning to do business and to do life, you mean it. You know, some of us are waking up at 11 o'clock in the morning to get started for the day, and half the day has passed by. And it's like, wait, if my life is important and my time is important, then I should definitely show that, reveal it. So let it be that tonight, when you either turn the channel or move away and get the rest of your evening going, see if as you're walking and moving around, there's something that grabbed your heart tonight in the sharing. And you start to really think about your own existence and the value of your existence. And try to really start to determine what you want to keep and what you want to toss. So here's your homework assignment before we close off. Find 2 different color pens, maybe a black one or a red one or a pencil or a pen, whatever. Just make sure they're different. And I want you to go inside of your consciousness. Go inside. Go behind your eyes and ask yourself, what's the most important thing to me? And with the pen or the, whatever, let's just say the red pen, I want you to write down truthfully what's really, really important to you. Another question I'd like you to ask yourself is, what is it that your spirit needs? And write that down with the pen. What your soul needs, not your body, not your house, not your relationship, not your husband. What does your spirit need? And write that down. Now with the other pen or the other color pen or your pencil, I want you to answer, what do you think is wasting your time? What do you think is getting in your way? What is your block? Where is your waste coming from? And when you write that down and look it over to yourself, there will be an honesty that will come out of you, and you will have to make a decision. Sometimes when you don't do that homework, you just carry on because you don't want to look at yourself. But when you do it, something triggers and you go, I have to change. I have to change. So good luck with your homework assignment tonight. Hello to everyone out there. Portia, Deviani, Bren, Denise, lots of love. Hello. Nice to have you. Jigna Patel, Priya, Om Shanti, Indu, Asmita, and Grace, and Diraj, Carleen, Nancy, Madhavi, the whole gang. Om Shanti, everyone. Om Shanti to all of you out today. Ranju, those of you on Facebook, lots of love. Barbara, it's been a long time. Blissilla, Isabel, how you're doing? Isabel, nice to see you. Enid from Hollywood, nice to have you. Mustafa, welcome. Thanks for joining us online. Always nice to have everybody shown. Nice to have you. And Sudha, Om Shanti. Lots and lots of good wishes for today. I can assure you, you did not waste your time tuning into the next normal today. I am sure something must have touched your heart and your soul. I know that each time you join me and all of us here, you definitely touch our heart and soul. And we thank you very much for your time and your energy. We know how valuable it is, which is why every time we show up, we don't want to waste your time. And hopefully, so far, in the over 9 months that we've been joining you every night, that we haven't wasted your time for one bit. So thank you, lots of love. Here's Karen Drucker to end the night. Enjoy your evening, and we'll see you tomorrow. Be well.
I am healed, whole and healthy. I relax and visualize. I am healed, whole and healthy. I am well, I am well. I am healed, whole and healthy. I relax and visualize. I am healed, whole and healthy. I am well, I am well. I am healed, whole and healthy. I accept and I receive. I am healed, whole and healthy. I am well, I am well, I am well. I am healed, whole and healthy. Angels are watching over me. I am healed, whole and healthy. I am well, I am well, I am well. Healed, whole, healed, whole, healed, whole. all is well.